You know, one of the things people forget to do when they start prepping, especially for their homes, is consider emergency light. Well, today I'm going to show you a new product. This is from Mikey. It's a 3000 lumen rechargeable LED work light that would provide a whole lot of light for you in the event of a power outage. Let's check it out. All right, folks, welcome back. Now, this is one of those things that I consider a dual-purpose item. You can use this as a work light, of course, and it's got magnets underneath. So this is actually sold as a hood lamp, a hood light. You stick it on your hood while you're working on your engine. But I think there's so many other uses for this thing that I really wanted to bring it to you and show it to you. I personally got it for out here for my use if there's a power outage and I got to shoot a video. And I can't tell you in the beginning of my channel how many times that happened. Going through, they were doing something with the power and selling out something or a transmission line, and we seemed to lose power after they sold, like at least 5 or 6 times, and it was always right in the middle of a video. So for me, that's what this is going to be. I'm going to attach this to my metal fluorescent above here that has LEDs in it, and be able to shoot a video. So for me, it's kind of a emergency prep for my YouTube channel, but I think for your house as well, something like this would be really, really handy. I'm going to give you a quick look at it, and it is twisted. This twists in a bunch of different ways. You can fold this out sideways, put these like this. You can twist this around here so it goes anywhere you want. In my case, I'd probably be putting it like this. This also has hooks, so if you want to hook this on something and put these flat, fold that way. There we go. You can hook it on something like that and hook it up. So this does have, I would say, a dual use kind of as a emergency light and a light that you can use for your work area or working in your vehicle. All right. It's got a bunch of different modes in it. 360-degree rotatable body, 180-degree rotatable base. The 2 hooks we showed you inside can be rested right back in the recess there, and they won't get in your way. And the thing is bright. That's the biggest thing for me. This has a bunch of different modes, all right? So it's not just usable as a work light, but it can be used as a signaling light as well on your vehicle. If I were stuck on the side of the road, maybe I'd flash the red light on the back of my vehicle. You know, I just put this on my car, stationary, turn it on to attract the attention of somebody, maybe even the blue light to attract the attention of somebody. But I think that would be adequate to use as a warning light, or maybe even like in the place of a flare or something like that. Now this does have 140 LEDs across the top here. It is on an aluminum panel on the inside, so that will kind of dissipate heat. It really never got very hot for me when I was testing it last night, and we'll roll that video in a little bit. And it does have 3 brightness levels. Now to turn the light on, okay, let me put this straight here. You're going to push this power button and hold it. And there you go, okay? That's your bright, and there's your medium, and your low. Now it's kind of hard to see it in here, I know, right? Medium, low. Kind of hard to see it. Let's do it this way. There. Kind of hard to see it in here because of the lighting. These are your modes. The M is your mode button. So you do flashing white, your solid red, and that's high or low. There's your flashing red, your solid blue, and your flashing blue. Okay, and then your white, and we go back to the modes again where it's brighter or lower. So that's it on the modes there. So another neat thing about this, it is IP65 waterproof. To turn it off, you're just going to push and hold, and it will turn itself off. This is your charging back here. This does not have, that is not a bidirectional port, so it is not a thing that's going to be like showing you power back and forth where you can charge devices with it. It does have a very large capacity. The charging time on it is about, it's 5 volts, so it's about 2 amps, 2 hours. The weight on this, 1.12 pounds. You got 3 levels of dimming for your white light, and the product dimensions are going to be 3.32 inches by 2.9 by 17 inches in length. So they put it as height, I guess, if you're standing it up like that. So what I'm going to do here first for a demo is show it to you on here, let's say, without any of my lights. Now my side lights are all run on power stations, so they would be on, but the top light would be off, and as you can tell, that makes a big difference. So let's see what it looks like just running this up top without the power on. So there you go. Let's bring you up there so you can see it. And yes, that's what it looks like up top of my workbench. So you can see you got more than enough light here to work with, and my side lights are still on, but they're more fill lights, so they're not really in the way of anything. So what we're going to do now is take it over to the other side of the garage here and light it up and see. I'm just going to hold it in my hand and see what it's like in total darkness and see how bright it gets. All right, so we are in total darkness. There you go. Now that's on high. Oops, sorry. Let's bump it to different modes here. Push it on again. Okay. Medium and low. Even on low, it's bright enough. I mean, you can pretty much see everything you need to see around with it. So definitely would work. I want to give you a look at the lights, the other lights. That's, of course, the flashing. That's the red. Also good for preserving your night vision if you're in a tent. That's flashing red and bright. That's the blue and the flashing blue. And we're back to the white again. So all in all, pretty darn handy flashlight and utility light. So let's try it outside and then we'll wrap up the video. I got this connected to the back of my Jeep here, and I just wanted to give you a quick kind of demo of the brightness of it. I'm going to try and change modes on it. That's the flasher, and that's the red. That's the red flasher, and that's the blue. That's the blue flasher. I wouldn't advise you using any of those lights in public. As you can see, we'll just cycle through them again real quick. And you're back to white. That's definitely super bright, and it really lights up a nice big area out here. And it's kind of dusk here. It's not fully dark yet, so you get a good look and see just how bright that is. I would imagine if you had to work on a vehicle, that would be pretty darn handy under the hood. All right, let's take it back inside and finish it up. So, back on the table, pretty darn impressive. And again, this is not what you would consider a thrower. This isn't going to throw a huge beam far away. But what it will do is light up your immediate area so you can work or see what's going on. Again, a larger tent, that'd be really handy to have inside. During a power outage, you got the magnets, you got the hooks. You can stick this on something on your ceiling and light up an entire room with it. As you saw with us on the other side of the garage there, you get a whole lot of light out of this thing. And as you saw outside, it is definitely bright enough to attract attention if needed in an emergency, or just to light up your area so you can do work or just see what you're doing. Like my car tent that goes over the back of my car, I could light up the whole thing with this thing right back there. So I like to think of things as dual purpose, and yeah, you could use this, of course, to work on the engine of your car. Very handy, sticks right up on the top of the roof, and you can look right down into the engine. But you can also use this as a power failure light for your home. And being that 99.9% of us are going to be home during an emergency and probably not be bugging out the minute the power goes out for a couple hours, something like this is something important to have. We don't think of the smaller emergencies all the time. Everybody thinks of what happens if we get nuked or if the zombies rise or whatever, you know. We don't think of the smaller things like what happens if there's a 4-hour power outage in our city or town. So definitely handy little item. These run about $49.99, so about $50. But on the site, this is not a me coupon, and this isn't something that I can control. On the site, there is a 20% off coupon. So you want to just click that little tick that little box underneath the price, and you will save 20% on it. It is a quality light. I've been using it for a little while now, so I really like this thing. It's pretty handy. It's a 3,000 lumen rechargeable LED work light. Not so sure on the 3,000 lumens, but it's very, very bright. And I like the fact that you can direct this anywhere you want. Like I could put this on top of a shelf and just point it downward like that, and that would work quite well. So definitely a handy item to have. And you know, backup lighting isn't just about lighting so you can see what you're doing. It's also kind of a morale boost during times when the power's out, to have the ability to do that, to light it up. And another thing I haven't even thought about is you're driving somewhere and your headlights go out. You got this in your vehicle. I've had that happen on a car once. The headlights actually stopped working. You can stick this to your roof, given that your roof is metal, and I know my Jeep is, and use this as an emergency headlight to get yourself off the road, out of the way, whatever. I wouldn't drive long term with it, but it would be just enough, or even a kind of backup off-road light. So that is the Miki 3,000 lumen rechargeable LED work light. It is very quickly recharged, by the way. I got this at about 50%, and it popped up in about an hour. It was fully charged. So definitely cool. Definitely a little handy little item to have. And it's the smaller things like this that aren't the big, huge videos of $2,000 power stations or $3,000 e-bikes that I find important, because for just your average everyday prepper getting started, having a backup light source doesn't have to be that one. Any backup light source is very, very important. I thank you guys for watching today. Don't forget to check out all our links down below. We have our Amazon affiliate store. This will be in our affiliate store, as well as a direct link to it in the description down below. But in the affiliate store, even if you're not shopping for anything in the store, if you just mark that link and use it to shop every time you shop, we really do appreciate when you do that. It allows us to bring you cool gear like this and come up with some new ideas for items you may need. Below that, our freeze-dried wholesalers link. You guys know about that. Love the stuff. I use the stuff regularly, of course. Yes, I get some for free, and yes, I will use it up, but I also store it. And I like being able to use it and cook for you guys on the channel because it gives me experience with it as well. Lets me see how I like it. My link's going to save you 15% on anything on that site. If you guys haven't watched before, Freeze-Dried Wholesalers makes everything. I say from filet mignon to cheesecake, because you name it, they got it freeze-dried. We just did a filet mignon video a couple days ago. So don't forget to check that out. Our My Patriot Supply link. I have an interesting video coming up from them. It's preparewithiridium.com is my site. I'm going to show you some of their food, show you some of their deals for this month. But definitely check it out. We have a lot of good deals on that. My splash page is preparewithiridium.com. That's the main entrance page with the deals on it. If you want to go beyond that, okay, what you can do is click that little My Patriot Supply logo above my picture on that site. You go into the site, you have everything right there. And of course, our Thrive Life freeze-dried food store. Don't forget to check that out as well. Thanks, guys, for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.